What's up guys? So Nate back here, and in this video we are talking about how to lower your CPMs. You might have these crazy CPMs lately on Facebook when you're targeting United States or in certain interests or certain targeting, and you're like, what the hell is going on? I got $30, $40, $50 CPMs. What is happening? Well, we're covering all of that in this video. You're wondering, what am I gonna do? How do I do it? Let's get these CPMs lower, under control. I can't make any money. What's the trick? What's the secret? Well, the first secret is the time of year. If you're targeting during like super competitive times, Super Bowl, Christmas, Black Friday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween, right? Any holiday, CPMs, end of fourth quarter is the big one, or end the last 2 weeks of any quarter is gonna be crazy. The reason is companies dump budgets, right? Now, also, there's this little trick that Facebook does because people say that companies dump budgets, but the actual truth is Facebook just, oh, well, people think companies dump budgets. Let's raise CPMs automatically, let's make more money because the perception is that companies are dumping budgets. Well, if people believe that, well, Facebook's gonna take advantage and they're gonna increase CPMs during that time, they're gonna make more money. So that's what they do. That's how, you just can't control it. It's part of the game. Facebook number trick. This should actually be in the other video that I made, but it's okay. We'll put it in this one, lower CPMs. This is something you can't avoid. Facebook will just charge more during different times of the year. So when is the best times of the year? First quarter is normally the best period of the year, lowest CPMs of the year. February, March, April, May are normally like the times that I make the most money on Facebook ads because, you know, they say, oh, fourth quarter, you're gonna make the most highest conversions. Normally, no, because there's so much competition, the CPMs are so high during that time. When you're running like Facebook ads, margin is everything. And if it's costing you normally $10, but during the fourth quarter, it's costing you $17 to make a sale, I'm like, you're not making any money. You're breaking even basically during that time. Yeah, you're making sales or whatever, but you're breaking even. So just let you know, how do you lower CPMs during, well, I wouldn't say turn off ads. You'd never want to turn off ads. That's like the biggest mistake. I'm gonna make another video about the biggest mistakes people make, and one of them is turning off ads, waiting it out. Well, no, that's the worst thing you can do. But just know, CPMs are gonna be higher different times of the year. Okay, so the next way you can lower CPMs, well, you really couldn't lower that, but bear with me, we're getting there. Okay, so if you run photo posts, the next way you can lower CPMs is video photo posts. Videos always have lower CPMs. Now, the trade-off is sometimes video photo posts have lower link CTRs, right? Click-through rates on your link, because people just watch the video and then just keep scrolling. Now, that's not all the case. Sometimes they can have about the same as photo posts. Other times they can have more because the video ad's more engaging and it shows the product in a person's hand and it looks better in video, right? So that's not always the case, but sometimes video can have lower link click-through. With videos, your CPMs will be lower. Facebook rewards you for using video ads. So that is a trick. And you definitely wanna have video ads in your arsenal and use them because they work, right? And I use a mix of photo posts and video ads. I start with photo posts all the time. And when photo posts start dying out, I make a video ad. Even if it's a homemade slideshow kind of video ad, I make it. I never use the Facebook slideshow creator. I always make my own in Final Cut or something like that. Works way, way better. I can put my effects in there and my lighting, my flashes, or whatever I want to make. It works great. So use video ads, you're gonna have lower CPMs. The next way is a good account history. We talked about this in the other video. You want really, really good account history. You want good feedback from your ads. You want good Power Manager history, pay your ads on time, never have declines. Don't use PayPal, use credit cards. You have good high engagement, history of high engagement ads, high history of a lot of sales, good metrics, just positive account history as a whole. That's gonna help you keep CPMs down because they're gonna reward you. Make sure that, another one is your images, right? Text-based. If you have too much text, they're gonna charge you more. But they give you the warning, so that's kind of like, you already knew that, right? They give you a warning, hey, we're gonna charge you more because you have too much text. Okay, yeah, we knew that, but I put it on the list, I just mentioned it. Too much text in the ad, higher CPMs, okay? Lower reach, that's gonna happen. The next is avoid lookalikes. If you have high CPMs already inside of a niche, let's say you're targeting husky, let's say a husky dog has a really high CPM right now. I don't know why, but let's just say it does. Maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Maybe someone's in there, maybe someone's marketing in that niche heavily right now and the CPMs are high right now in that niche. So if you are in that niche and you try to use lookalikes audiences, it's gonna be even higher, right? So lookalike audiences are always high CPM assets. Now they can work, like I said, but they are definitely higher. You pay, if it's a $10 CPM on an interest, it's a $20 CPM on a lookalike, and it's normally whatever, something like that. It's normally double whatever the interest is. So lookalikes, avoid them if you wanna control your CPMs. Like I said, I use lookalikes sparingly. I use mostly interest because I like to control, and I don't like to pay more artificially just because Facebook feels like it feels like they're ripping me off, and I don't like that. So that's why I don't use lookalikes that often. The next is when you're doing intersecting, you're doing your targeting, and you have a lot of, and narrow this, narrow this, narrow this. You intersect too many times, they're gonna charge you higher CPMs. With that being said, if you use any of the demographics, employers, job titles, engaged shoppers, if you use any of that data, Facebook's gonna charge you higher CPMs. Avoid that kind of stuff. You just use interest and you do max of one intersect and you'll be okay and you'll be fine. Another way they're gonna charge you higher CPMs is if your ad images are massive. We talked about this in the other ways that Facebook tricks you. If you use large pixel images, they're gonna charge you higher CPMs. Avoid that. You can't tell the difference on mobile newsfeed anyways, so do not use high pixel ads. You can't tell. So a 400 by 400 pixel image looks the same as a 10,000 by 10,000 pixel image. So there's no reason, on mobile newsfeed at least, so there's no reason to use the large one, and they're gonna charge you more anyways. Next on my list, low budgets. So this is the number one that way I control my CPMs. If you have an ad set with a $50 CPM, or sorry, a $50 ad set budget, and you have the same ad set with a $5 ad budget, guess what? It's gonna have a lower CPM almost every time. Not every time, but almost every time. The $5 ad set budget will have the lower CPM. Lower budgets equal lower CPMs almost every single time, okay? So I personally run only low budget ads, and I make them 5 sales a day, 10 sales a day, whatever, for months at a time. The way that I can create consistency in my business, create flow, and have something I can rely on. If I'm running high budgets, then I'm making 100 sales today, 10 sales tomorrow, and it's like, now I gotta start over. And I hate that feeling. So I use low budgets, create consistency, and I get the reward of higher CPMs. Winner for me, I'm happy with that. I don't mind. I like this low CPMs, or low budgets. So another way that you can lower your CPMs is using worldwide targeting. Now, caveat here, you don't wanna use worldwide targeting unless you have a shit ton of purchase data already on your pixel. You gotta have a lot of purchase behavior, otherwise Facebook's gonna send you all this junk from Algeria, Nigeria, whatever all these countries are from. I don't know, yeah. They're just not gonna give you good buyers unless you already have a pixel filled with buyers. Then use worldwide, and then you're gonna have way cheaper CPMs. For example, let's say you ran 10,000 purchases in the United States, and then you set that same ad up on worldwide. It's gonna go and find buyers in the United States, but the CPM is gonna be about half of what the CPM was if you just targeted United States. So you're getting the benefit of the worldwide targeting, but the pixel itself is going to find more buyers in the United States because that's where all the buyers came from the main pixel. So it's using the pixel data, it's going back to the United States, and yes, it's gonna find some other buyers in some other countries, but it's gonna find most of them in the United States, again, because the pixel was already has all that data from the United States. Now you have a lower CPM in the United States just because you're using worldwide targeting. Kind of little sneaky little trick that you can play, but it can help you get lower CPMs. It's awesome. Next on my list, we just talked about, we avoid the demographic targeting, employer targeting, don't do that. The last on my list, we'll make this video as short as possible, is use large audiences. Basically, if you have an audience less than 200,000 people, maybe I said less than 100,000. If you have less than 100,000, you're paying higher CPMs automatically. They're gonna charge you more. If you have 100,000 to a million, 2 million, 3 million, you're gonna be about the same. And then if you have 25 million, I don't notice any difference anyways. So the CPMs are definitely about the same, anything over 100,000. But if you have under 100,000 audience size, you're paying higher CPMs just because the audience size is small and you're trying to target, and Facebook says, well, you're gonna absorb all the audiences, you're gonna pay more for that audience. And that's the way that they make more money also. So if you wanna avoid that, don't use small audiences. 1 million is the audience size that I like the most. It seems like the most perfect size. I can scale, and it sells longer, or sells long enough. CPMs are cheaper. That's just like the perfect size. And it's not too broad, you know, it's not like 20 million or whatever. 1 million is a good size where I can get niched down just enough to get the people that I want, but still converts. It's the perfect size. That's why I say 1 million is the best. So that's basically my little list of ways to control CPM. I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you on the next video.